Alright, so this is just going to be a brief explanation for the pre-AP students of how sine and cosine of an angle can generate the coordinates of a point, specifically on a unit circle. So if we have a unit circle right here, I just have the basic stuff labeled, just has a radius of 1 centered at the origin. If we just pick whatever random point here, and if we take this point and we use this point to make a reference triangle here, so if we make a line going down and then a radius coming out from the origin, and this is now a right triangle, then if we look at with respect to this angle right here, so if we take this angle, we can call this angle theta, which is just this. Theta is like the x of angles. It just is an unknown angle. And if we want to get some information about this triangle, we could call this length right here A, we could call this length right here B, and then this right here, we could call it C, but we actually should know what that is, because if this is a unit circle, this radius would be 1. So whatever our angle theta happens to be, whatever our A and B values are, this pretty much works, anywhere we wanted to put it. So this point doesn't have to be in this place. Just anywhere on the circle that it is, we could set up a triangle like this. And then if we want to evaluate sine and cosine of angle theta, which we would do using SOHCAHTOA. For the sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite would be B, hypotenuse would be 1. So sine theta equals B over 1, which of course is just B. Then cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, because that's the part, adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse is going to be A over 1. So cosine theta is A over 1, which is just A. And then another thing we notice is if we want to name the coordinates of this point here, it's just this, this distance will give you the x coordinate. If the distance of A is 0.8, then this is located at 0.8. So A is the x coordinate, and then B is the y coordinate. And if you look at how this works out, A is just the cosine of theta, and then B is just the sine of theta. So any point on the unit circle can be represented with cosine theta, sine theta as your x and y.